Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the apiary here in 2026. It is about 40 degrees out, sunny. We see the bees are flying. It's good to see them. Today we have a little bit of work to do. We're going to be doing a follow-up oxalic acid vaporization treatment, or OAV for short. This is what we do in the constant battle against Varroa mites. They are one of the biggest dangers that will kill a colony over winter. So join me as we work on this, and we're going to do our best to keep these bees healthy throughout the rest of this winter. Okay, this is the oxalic acid I use, and you can see the way that it comes out is a solid crystallized form of it. And what we do to do an OAV vaporization treatment is we put that oxalic acid inside of this device here. So we fill this cylinder with the oxalic acid, and I put a battery on here to heat this up, and this chamber gets like 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And whenever it's ready, we drop the oxalic acid into this chamber, and at that temperature, the solid sublimates into a gas immediately, which comes out of that fitting right there. That fitting is going to be placed directly in the entrance of the colonies here. So when it rushes out, it's going to fill and wrap around the cluster of honeybees inside, which it may seem harsh, but oxalic acid, a naturally occurring acid, doesn't really affect honeybees, but it is absolutely lethal to Varroa mites. The honeybees, they're really not affected at all by this treatment, which is what's so nice about it. Other treatments, there's a risk of killing your queen, slowing down brood production. With OAV, about 3 minutes, it's done. The bees, they get frustrated at the time, but long term, there's no real effects on them, which is good. That's why it's one of my favorite treatments. The process, like I said, takes a couple minutes to get this chamber heated up, apply the treatment, and then we move colony to colony until it's completely done. So while I do this, you'll see that I have a full respirator mask on. That's incredibly important because you do not want to breathe in vaporized oxalic acid into your lungs. That's bad news. You could ruin your lungs. So if you do this, when you do this, don't skimp out on the safety equipment because it could send you to the hospital if you're not careful. So let's get started. All right. Hopefully you can hear me through this. We are getting the device heated up. That blinking light indicates it's still heating. So in the meantime, while we let that heat up, we are going to fill this cylinder with 4 grams of oxalic acid. Recent research has shown that the original recommendation of 1 gram is insufficient. So that's why we're using 4. Okay, we've got 4 grams of oxalic acid in the cylinder. Then I put cardboard to help keep the fumes inside just a little longer and to help stop the bees from coming out for my safety and theirs. Because I'm not in a full bee suit today. I'm just wearing a winter jacket and the respirator, so when this is running, I'm going to step away. The oxalic acid treatment is great for knocking mites that are physically on the bees off. It does not get under the brood where the eggs and larvae and pupae are. But at this time of year, winter, there's not much of that. So most of the mites are going to be physically on the bees, which makes this treatment at this time of year such a great idea. So this should be ready here in a minute or two. Little meow meows joining us here. and we'll get this started. Okay, solid red light, that means we're a go. So again, solid oxalic acid sublimated into this gas. Compared to most other treatments, the oxalic acid vaporization is super fast. So that is one of the biggest advantages that I like about it. It's almost done here. It's reheating back up for the next colony. And the wind just blew that vapor back at me. So that's why it's important to have a respirator on. Okay. Thanks for joining me here today doing this OAV treatment. I got several more to do. Well, it's warm enough on this warm but above freezing winter day. So I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your weekend. Again, happy 2026, and we'll see you soon.